The unwitting witness of Pilate. In our lesson study today, we learn about the witness of Pilate. Pontius Pilate was the fifth governor of the Roman province of Judea, serving under Emperor Tiberius from 26/27 to 36-37 AD. He is best known for being the official who presided over the trial of Jesus and ultimately ordered his crucifixion. Pilate is an important figure in Christianity and is featured in both the Apostles' and Nicene creeds. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church and the Coptic Church believe that Pilate became a Christian and venerate him as a martyr and saint. He is known for presiding over Jesus' trial and ordering his crucifixion, but he is not a witness to Jesus Christ. However, there are a few instances where Pilate is mentioned in relation to Jesus. In the Gospel of John, Pilate questions Jesus' claim that he is witness to the truth. Pilate then tells the Jewish authorities that he does not consider Jesus guilty of any crime. According to one account, Pilate once observed Jesus in a crowd and noticed that his golden hair and beard contrasted with the black beards of the people around him. The report of Pilate to Tiberius, also known as Anaphora Pilati, is an apocryphal work that attributes to Pilate the task of informing the Roman emperor about Jesus' life. Time and again, John records the attempts of the religious leaders to seize Jesus, to bring him to trial, and to sentence him to death. A theme in John's Gospel, stated often by Jesus, is that his time or hour had not yet come, by which he meant the time for his crucifixion, John 2 verse 4, John 7 verse 6, John 7 verse 8, John 7 verse 30, John 12 verse 7, John 12 verse 23, John 12 verse 27, John 13 verse 1, John 17 verse 1. Now the hour had come. Jesus was arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane, brought before Annas, then Caiaphas the high priest, then twice before Pilate. John has called upon many witnesses from every walk of life to testify that Jesus was the Christ. Now John calls upon Pilate, the governor who tried Jesus. This was an important testimony because Pilate was a Roman, a governor, and a judge. Most of the other witnesses were Jews and commoners. Jesus was brought to Pilate early on Friday morning, John 18 verse 28. His plan was to dispatch the prisoner quickly to his fate. But Jesus' demeanor drew Pilate's attention. The governor questioned Jesus closely and heard from his lips, "For this purpose I was born and for this purpose I have come into the world, to bear witness to the truth. Everyone who is of the truth listens to my voice," John 18 verse 37. Though the governor ultimately condemned Jesus to death, he nonetheless 3 times proclaimed Jesus innocent, John 18 verse 38, John 19 verse 4, John 19 verse 6. And over the cross he wrote the words, "Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews," John 19 verse 19, completing his witness to who Jesus is. And yet despite his testimony of Christ's innocence, he nevertheless condemned Jesus to death. Pilate had the truth himself standing before him, and yet, allowing the mob to bully him, Pilate sentenced Jesus to death anyway. What a tragic example of not following what your conscience and heart tell you is correct. Here are some lessons to learn from Pontius Pilate. 1. Know your people. Pilate may have not known his people well enough, as they turned against his opinion more than he expected in the case of Jesus. 2. Create an organizational structure. Having an organizational structure can help keep everyone focused and make the church a structured place. 3. Be innovative. There is always a better way to do things, and the church can run with the pace of digital innovation. And finally, get to know your congregation. Keeping track of important information about your congregation can help you know who to give responsibilities to and when. How many of us end up following the multitude of accusers and leaving the truth standing alone? Truth requires no support. Just stand alongside the truth and God will be with you. Shalom and God bless you.